Hiya folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the Tozo. Yeah, I've never heard of it either, but it looked really fun. So here we go. Let's open it up and have a little look. So, inside here, this box is quite difficult. It's quite tight to get everything out. Look at that. This is a real large copter. Fair play, I thought it was going to be a nanocopter. I was totally wrong. So, let me just reposition this camera. There we go. This is what we've got. Two packages. We've got the transmitter, we've got the quad. Let's put the transmitter to one side. Right then, so the quadcopter. This is what you get. This looks really nice. Look at the size of it. That is pretty big, but it really feels quite sturdy as well. Now, underneath, this is the no camera model, I believe. I also believe there is a camera model as well, and then inside there would be the camera. Obviously, as you can see with mine, it's just a blanking plate. I will try and see if I can attach my spare camera, my run cam, to the bottom of this and see if we can get some flight video anyway. But pretty much this is what the quadcopter looks like. You have your four propellers with your propeller guards already attached. They can't come off, unfortunately. They have to stay on. Nice little body style. Look at that. So obviously you can see the two fins at the back here. A nice little channel for the air to flow down. On the underside, also, as you can see, the battery is already inserted, so to take the battery out is quite tricky. Oh, there we go. Now, this battery comes in at 350 milliamp hour. It's 3.7 volts. This battery takes 50 minutes to charge and gives you roughly 6 to 8 minutes of flight. So that's not terrible. I mean, I would be concerned if that is the amount of flight that you had, and if you had a camera attached, because that would mean then roughly about 4 minutes of flight time. 6 minutes, 6 to 8 is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously you can just connect this up. Let's see if we've got any charge, and let's see what LEDs we have. So there we go. We have one red flashing LED at the bottom, and then we have a set of blue LEDs either side. Obviously they then come in through the top, as you can see here. No need to turn my light off because they are most definitely bright enough to see. Right, so that is the quadcopter. It looks quite nice, looks quite sturdy. The motors are just in the bottom here. They're open slightly, as you can see. There's no plastic there, just open metal. That's really good. These motors really can heat up to quite a temperature. So just with having a little bit open here means that air can pass and cool down the metal cylinders in which houses the motors. So let's put this to one side. That's the quadcopter. That looks pretty good. Let's have a quick little look at this transmitter. So as soon as you get it, the transmitter is going to have a little notice on it that just lets you know how to calibrate the quadcopter should it not fly correctly. Now, the correct way to calibrate this, both push down in the bottom left hand corner, that hold for a couple of seconds. That should then calibrate this quadcopter when it's on. That is the full transmitter. Look at that. I really quite like this. It's quite small. It's got a nice matte finish to it. It sits really well in the hand. Nice little on and off button as well as you get a little telemetry screen. Now, I've been noticing a lot of quadcopters have stopped adding these to the transmitters, and I think they're really warranted. It shows you the battery in the transmitter as well as the battery on the quad. It shows you also how much power you're putting through each of these analog sticks. Now, that I think is really quite important, because otherwise somebody who's new to flying might just automatically have movements like this. But if you just keep an eye on the telemetry screen as you move the analog sticks, you can see exactly how much power you are transferring through. Right, little blue LED here. You've got a couple of trim buttons on the bottom and on the sides, as well as you've got your two shoulder buttons, which would be for 3D flips as well as recording video. This transmitter is for the camera model and the non-camera model. Right, so that's it. Look at this. Really quite sweet. I really quite like that. It seems quite small, and then you put it in your hand and it actually fits quite well. You can get access to all the buttons, all the switches without much issue at all. Flip it over. This transmitter requires 2 AA batteries. No charging whatsoever on this transmitter, so you do have to use shop bought or pre-charged batteries before you fly. So there we go. That's really good. So your transmitter range from your quadcopter is roughly 50 meters. That's quite a range, to be honest. That would be the basketball field, or the basketball pitch rather, that I fly on. 50 meters is probably the basketball court and a little bit more. So we should have more than enough transmitter range to fly it around this weekend. So altogether, that's the quadcopter, this is the transmitter. Let's see what else you get. You get a nice little manual. Obviously that does instruct you as to how to fly the quadcopter if you're a new flyer, as well as a little... Oh, I really do apologise about this camera, folks. I'm having no end of trouble off this mount today. I may have to buy a new mount. Okay, and also we get a little accessory bag that comes with 4 extra propellers, a USB card reader as well. I don't know why that's in there for the no camera model. That's quite strange. Okay, well, thank you anyway, as well as a screwdriver as well. No replacement screws, so you'd have to source the screws yourself should you lose the screws from the propellers. So there we go, that's a nice little accessory pack. So all in all, this is what you get. You get the quadcopter, the manual, the transmitter, as well as a little accessory pack as well. So this is it, all in all. So I'm going to be taking this out in the next couple of days, folks, so please join me then. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.